new entrepreneurs to pitch their businesses. And we find ourselves in Mthatha. Now, Mthatha, and forgive me, because my pronunciation is probably not what it should be. Mlungu hasn't quite got that, but you're with me. Mthatha is reported to have a 60% unemployment rate. And yet when you go there, you actually realize that unemployment rate does not account for all those informal small businesses there. You know, in many respects, Mthatha has been neglected by the government. You see roads are potholed. You know, unfortunately, the municipality is a mess. But you know what I love? I love the resilience of your average South African, because while the municipality is dysfunctional, not doing actually what they were elected to do, not doing what they paid to do, ordinary South Africans are getting on with it. And it's a beautiful thing. People, they started their own businesses, they're providing, you had brick creators and bricklayers and builders and plumbers, and they're all doing this. Unfortunately, they're not paying taxes, but I don't blame them because they're not getting services. They're not getting services. Why should they pay taxes? You all see them with their JoJo tanks, because unfortunately the municipality doesn't even get water to their houses. So in many respects, the government has really failed the good people in Mthatha. But so then we see this terrible statistic, because big business doesn't go there because there isn't the infrastructure. So you've got this very high unemployment. But actually, is it really 60% who are unemployed? It's 60% who are unemployed in the formal sector who are not paying taxes, but actually people are getting on with it and starting businesses and serving one another. So I think that we're going to be seeing more of that. You know, I think the trend is that more and more people are going to say, well, look, you know, government, big business, they are not here to really help me in the way that I would like. And don't get me wrong, I do think that government, particularly under President Ramaphosa, is doing a really great job with COVID. I'm a big fan, and I think it's a great job. But unfortunately, it's not the job. You know, this is the great misconception, that it's the job of government to create jobs. Nowhere in the world is it the job of government to create jobs. Government is not able to create jobs. All government can do is create the infrastructure, provide the water, provide the electricity, provide the roads. Yeah, and then that enables entrepreneurs like you and I to go and start businesses. All government needs to do is get out of the way, create the infrastructure, get out of the way. You know, that's what. And if we look at every country where government interferes, look at our parastaples. Our parastaples are the worst performing businesses. Why? Not because there's anything wrong with the ANC and the government, because government doesn't run businesses well around the world. It's not a South African thing. Anywhere in the world, government is not good at running it. Why? Because there's no profit incentive. What drives successful businesses is the fact that I get to make a profit. Government is about service. It's about providing those services. What we need to do is serve. We need to add value. We need to find ways to serve our fellow human beings. Right now they're in pain. They need more than they ever did. And we've got to find ways to solve their problems. That's what entrepreneurs do. They find a problem and they find a way to solve it through themselves. Just don't wait for government to save you. You know, don't wait for business to save you. Don't wait for anyone to save you. Save yourself. Save yourself. Pick yourself up and do what needs to be done. And I know it's tough. And I know that there's a lot of challenge, a lot of difficulty. It's not easy. This is not easy. But the first step is we've got to take responsibility. This is what entrepreneurs do. They take responsibility for their destiny. They don't wait for a government handout. They don't wait for a big McDonald's to open up so that they can get a job there. They say, what can I do? What can I do? How can I take responsibility for my life, for my business? How can I add value? How can I educate myself? The truth is, and this is not just South Africa, let me be very clear, all around the world, universities are letting people go. Look what's going on in America. In America, student debt is bigger than credit card debt. In America, the United States of America, people are graduating from university and they're getting jobs as coffee baristas. Not that there's anything wrong with being a coffee barista, but you expect if you graduate that you're going to have more than that. So everywhere in the world, this is not just a South African thing, is that the big educational institutions, we think, oh, if I get to this and I get my degree, then I'm guaranteed. guaranteed I'll get my job. When you know the amount of people in our industry, the personal development, and don't get me wrong, I love education. Myself, my doctor. But you know as well as I do, there are many people in our field who are more successful than me, who do not have any higher education. You do not have any, but they educate. That doesn't mean they're uneducated. But they didn't wait for Wits to educate them. They didn't wait for UC to educate them. They didn't wait for a nice certificate they could put on the wall. They went and they educated themselves. They got on the internet. They said, how can I figure out internet marketing? You want an opportunity? It's the digital world, but then I've got to understand digital marketing. Guess what? You don't have to pay for it. You want to get a great digital marketing? It's free. Yes, many of my colleagues are selling courses for 10,000 Rand a course. You can get it for free. I'm going to tell you how. Go to Facebook, download Blueprint. Facebook Blueprint will teach you just about everything you need to know for free about digital marketing. Go to Google. Google have a course. I forget what it's called. It'll teach you almost everything you need to know about starting a business online. Folks, this stuff is free. You don't need to wait for Wits. You don't need to wait for a certificate. You don't need to wait for the government to give us a handout. If we've got internet connection, and I know many people don't, but if you're listening to us right now, you've got an internet connection. What are we doing on the internet? Are we playing games? Are we going and watching YouTube videos? Nothing wrong with that. I do that too. But if we're doing that all day, how much of the time